who is Spar Street? I don't know. I'm always, I'm always having to find a place to relax into that, because, I'm always stretching to the limit, doing my very best to do everything that I feel called to do. And I love Gandhi's saying, be the change you want to see in the world. How can I contemplate the changes I want to see in the world? And instead of getting out there and screaming my lungs out about how other people aren't doing it, how can I be that change? How can I embody dignity and integrity and honesty and honor? Those are the differences that are going to make this world into a beautiful world to pass on to my daughter, to all of our children. That's what excites me. And when I was 2.5 years old, my mom left my father in the midst of all of this craziness. The huge trauma of a divorce and my mom asked herself the question, what matters most? And it was keeping herself and her family safe. And what my mom did was she created this sculpture, a beautiful sculpture of her holding her 3 boys. And ever since then, I have used art to remind me about what matters most. And that's one of my earliest memories. And it was so powerful for me that I've been creating artwork about focusing on what matters most for the rest of my life. So that's the story I was going to say. It's so easy to forget in the midst of the stresses of life what we really care about, what's important to us. What if there was only a little bit of time left, would we want to focus all of our attention on? It's so important to remember this is our purpose, this is our passion, this is what we live for, because it's so easy to get lost. What am I trying to do? What I'm trying to do is light people up. That's what I want to do with my art. The hope I have when I go to work is there's a possibility that the work I'm creating will make a difference in people's lives. Help them remember what matters most. Inspire people to live from their heart. Have I done it? Not yet, but that's where I'm heading every day to the best of my ability. Art is a form of communication, and the form of communication that I most value is love. In the way that's real human love, which is like, yes, we got pain. Yes, we've got suffering. We've all got it. To me, love is the most important thing in this life. It really is. It's a huge, integral part of my artwork, my expression. And if that expression is one that uplifts and inspires the world, I think it's a good thing. Art literally saved my life, because from high school and elementary school, I was getting in fights. I was getting kicked out of school. I had dyslexia and couldn't read very well. It was the 5th grade before I could read at all. And I was sensitive, got teased a lot, and I built defenses of ways to keep what I perceived as teasing and attack out, but I kept everything out. And I found myself in an inner hell from just keeping everybody out. And thank God for art, because when I was painting or when I was sculpting, it was almost as if it was always showing me that love was possible. It was freedom. Wow. Art has taken me in places like so much energy goes into creating each piece. I mean, it rips me apart, leaves me completely raw and wide open, and then it puts me back together in a way that's more whole, more complete. Art is a wild ride. Well, what most inspires me is when people have the courage to let go of all of their defenses, to be open and vulnerable. That's beautiful. I spend time in nature, just intimacy with fresh air and with paths that have no pavement on it, and rivers and waterfalls and the ocean. The ocean filled with power and peace. I'm constantly inspired by the ocean, embodying that and then expressing it through artwork is a huge part of what I do. The sculptural forms, they remind me of the swirling of waves as they push themselves up onto the beach. Water will polish stone to perfection. It's exquisite. I'm always working with the flow of a piece, and I really feel like the movement of water is similar to the movement of emotion and the moving of our lives in a direction that is flow rather than chaos. I'm interested in flow. Life wants us to grow, and if we have the courage to do it, we're living it to the fullest. And if we don't, we suffer. Really, living life to the fullest has to do with finding our true path. I think everybody needs to find it, and art is me living my life to the fullest. Does art change the world? Thomas Jefferson said, "That which we elect to surround ourselves with becomes the museum of our soul and the archive of our experience." I love that quote. I love that quote because it tells us what we know already. Art changes the world because it changes the people that view it. Well, I don't care whether people collect my work or somebody else's. I just want them to light up. I believe that there's an inherent responsibility that artists have to reach the depth of their soul and find the raw authenticity that's there and put it into their art. You know, when they do that, they're making a statement from the courage of their convictions, and that's exciting. When I was with my mom and we were creating art, there was love in the room. You know, there was a sense of connection and togetherness. Whenever I'm creating art, I feel close to my mom. I don't think I could ever retire as an artist. You know, that's my joy. It's my passion, my purpose. To my last breath, I'm going to be making art. There's no question about that.